Big ups to Itopia Life, located at 10A West Kings House Road. All right, cultivating flower and culture. You never be you can take in them COVID sale right now. You can get up to 25% off marijuana. You can get giveaways with whatever you purchase here as well. And the sale ends in 2 weeks. All right, that's August 11th. So forward down to Itopia Life. I don't know which camera I'm look at. Itopia Life, there we go. Itopia Life at 10A West Kings House Road. This is where we currently shoot. I will give thanks to them for letting us be able to shoot here. This podcast is also brought to you by Fix Merch. Fix Merch.
Woohoo!
All right, you can get exclusive tees just like this. All right, you can get you can do that, Jav. Yeah, drink from that cup. Drink that fixie goodness from that. Yeah. Ooh, that's somewhat erotic when I tell a lie. You see me, you can get the classic black tee with the white logo. You can get the blue tee with the faded logo. As I said, you can get the fixed mug. You can get the shirt of me over there now.
Yeah.
You see me? And you can also get right now our new masks that are up for sale on the site. You see me?
Super
Fixed
cool.
mask. Right there. You keep yourself. Yeah,
It upside down, yeah?
Upside. Ah, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Smooth. You get the fixed mask and you can keep yourself safe while repping the fix as well. So that's teespring.com/stores/the fix. JA.
Get it.
Support. Get it. Have you been following up the... I should probably call up Ari for this one too. Let's just call her for the both. For the two.
Let's call her up.
Because she's been fuming about this topic actually.
I can just imagine.
You've been follow up the story with the Dreadlock girl who was
denied
a placement at Kensington Primary. So I'm gonna call Ari now so she can give her input on the whole thing.
Let's call her up while I find the story.
That's a gleaner. The gleaner with them started off. 7-year-old child who was dreadlock hairstyle stoked a constitutional kerfuffle. Kerfuffle.
I saw that.
Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah, hear we?
Yeah.
Me not hear you. Me not hear her no more.
You hear me now?
Yeah, hear we?
I'm hearing you. You hearing me?
Okay, I'm hearing you. Yes.
Okay, hi.
Hello, Ari.
Hi.
I'm sorry I can't be there in person.
We miss you.
Not really.
I miss you guys. You don't miss me now?
Not really, because your whole energy would have bring down the whole thing, really.
Oh, not this week.
Sure.
Not this week.
All right. Anyways, we'll start talking about care or don't care. And we'll talk about the Dreadlock girl who was denied a place at Kensington Primary and that whole deal.
Yeah.
For the people them who not aware of the story, a young girl, 7-year-old girl, was denied a place at, as we say, Kensington Primary School because her hairstyle was done in the style of dreadlocks. Was it the High Court?
The Supreme Court.
Supreme Court ruled that the school could uphold their ruling, and that sent Jamaicans
into a tizzy.
Into a tizzy. We can use that next foo-foo word. Tizzy, it's similar to kerfuffle though.
Oh, she's 5. Sorry, correction.
It's 5?
Yeah.
So why?
She's 7 no. She's 7 no.
Oh, she's 7 no?
No, but the issue started 2 years ago.
Oh, yes, 2018.
Yes, you are
yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
This is why we're calling you, Harry. you know more of the facts than we do.
Yeah.
All right, so what were your thoughts on the whole thing when you saw it going on in the first place? Because for people who don't know, the issue probably, basically, if I say, resolve itself because them say, all right, we can let you back in at the school.
Oh, well, the school relented and, gave into public pressure.
Pretty much.
And said that she could. Which, let me just start off and say that the principal, it shouldn't have even gone this far. Like, the principal is a relic. and she is obviously not keeping up with the times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while she's one of the, like, her school, Kensington, is one of the most sought after primary schools.
So I've heard that they have a high
Yeah,
know,
high GSAT pass rate.
yes, they do.
They do. I mean, I used to live in Portmore, and my neighbor who she had a son, and she wanted the son to gain entry in the school. Like, because I said that to say, because I know the history of the principal.
Mm-hmm.
The son, he was growing his hair. He's a cool youth, and she had to cut it. And so I knew it wasn't an issue of anti-blackness and anti-Pan-Africanism, as everybody wanted to kind of push the narrative to. It was just a very outdated relic of a principal. Like, she antiquated, like very much antiquated and stuck in the past. So for her to even, because there was a voice note going around where she allegedly said that the child could get lice, which is just like, what? So like, let me just start off and say that, like, yes, I agree that the principal in of itself is crazy. That even for her to even want to bar entry based on hairstyle is ridiculous. But what I have the most issue with is, like, how people were acting as if Jamaica itself is so anti-black and anti-dreadlock, and it's just like the extremes and the hyperbolic outrage. It was so funny to see the outrage
On social media. Yeah.
Because on the phone, somebody asked me, but all right. But no, like,
Are you okay?
The girl that talked to herself.
The girl that talked to her. We should have talked about everything.
The outrage was funny to see, because I usually call people who live overseas so convenient Jamaicans. So them not post nothing about emancipation and independence, and it's just like, you guys don't even know the full context. And then for the judge to come out now, it was clear. Somebody who used to work in the legal system, she's not a lawyer, but she used to read the cases, and she was able to tell me, say, breaking news, say, is the wrong case them bring. And I was like, really? How you know? She's like, it's clear, freedom of expression. Like, anybody can express themselves. If a bleach out you wanted to go to school because he's expressing his self the way how him see himself, they would have allowed the floodgates to open, which is what the judge wrote.
Indeed, so because we have several schools, them have them rules and their laws in place. Like, you can't wear your pants too tight.
And that's why I
you
was
can't
so
have too much styling in your ear. Even like when we used to go Ulmas, like them have certain grooming rules.
Even natural hair, your natural hair from the top of your head, you couldn't get high, you couldn't chain roll, you couldn't do it, and that's not dreadlock, but it's just a form, it's just a uniformity experience that the principal wants to have within the school. Of course we can debate that and we can argue that, but I never liked the extreme how people were saying, oh, they're so anti-black and anti-rasta, and it was just like, can you guys stop? Like, if it was a case of like her constitutional rights being breached, or if it was such an issue, like, no school in Jamaica would have a dreadlock person. None. Everybody who posts themselves as doctor and whatever, you'd have to cut off your ear if you did have to go in a school, because Jamaica isn't that. And I never liked the extreme and how the outrage was like I thought that it was misdirected. It should have been towards the principal and not
the school.
And not Jamaica.
I guess the people were angry as well that the court, the ruling went to that decision, and that the government is allowing it. Like, it looked like that certain people were most angry at. You think that anger was misplaced? I'm talking to her like a correspondent.
After you read it, right? After you read the judge thought process, the judge's thought process, it made much sense, didn't it?
It did.
Exactly. So people were like up in arms, and we can't believe it's just like, can you calm down? Can you stop? And like, really rational people and people who have a little legalese mind were like, yeah, like, it's the wrong.
The thing is, people love joining and group thinking, because them say everybody a cuss about it, and it's the thing to cuss about them, say everybody doing it. So let me join in. Oh, no, like Rasta. Oh, no, love use Bob Marley. Oh, no, like, and like,
I bet if I did Mama,
I
the
bet
son them.
like, all them things that not really knowing the intricacies of the case involved. I agree with you
We're too quick to
100%.
react. We're too quick
This
to
is
react,
true.
and social media is a case where people are so emotional,
Blow
and it's where
things
them
way
out, they
out of
set out them range, but
proportion.
them not have no care to say, like, let me see what is behind. Let me get the full context. Like, so many people were quick to express them outrage, but when them see the judge ruling, they're like, oh, okay. All right, I get it. I get it. And then, but you still have people who are just like, no, it shouldn't be that case, and no, and this and that, and I was like,
The vitriol,
wow,
without a doubt, should have been placed
at the
mostly
school,
at the feet of this
at the
antiquated,
principal.
as you so eloquently put it,
Yeah.
principal and board.
So is it a case
Yeah.
that them never have any kids at the school with locks?
They probably
Because
do
that-
not, Javi, if they declare them fate as Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Yeah.
Because you can't discriminate and you cannot bar anyone based on a Rastafarian.
Exactly,
That's
which
So
I
it-
made clear.
Oh, so that has to be her religion in order for her to wear the locks to
Right.
school.
Yes.
And then they said that you're not obligated to disclose if you're a Rastafarian or not. You know, that's your own personal belief. And,
Right.
that's your right to keep private.
Mhm.
So I think that I think from I read in the article, I may be wrong, so put an asterisk, but I think that the parent, the mother,
Right.
offered the information and said that she wasn't. So then they're like, well, then cut it. Which again, and I mean, you guys are right in the sense that it's ridiculous that we even have to have this discussion. You know, like most people are like, it's crazy that we have to have the discussion and it even get to this point of going to the Supreme Court. You're right. But then for the whole people are like, a Jamaican is so anti-black and Jamaica this and I'm ashamed to post. It's just like, can you calm down?
Let me
and
ask you
stop?
this now, Ari. Let's put on our
Devil's
conspiracy
advocate?
theory hats. No, our conspiracy theory hats.
Okay.
Because the father involved is a producer,
Yeah, an entertainer.
an entertainer. You see me?
Slash,
And you know
yeah.
how we think about certain entertainers and certain moves that them do. Now, do
Yeah.
you think it was the plan of the parents to get the people up in a tiffy, if you will, and to
You know what?
drum up social media outrage? One,
I'd hate
to
to
make the
think
school
that.
look bad, and two, to garner support in their case.
Well, the thing is, I've seen that, you know, I've seen people saying that, so I really don't want to speak on that and speculate on that. Like, I can't. That would call for the operation of the man, the Virgo's mind, the parents' mind, and I don't really want to go into that. But we've seen social media narratives that would want to allude to that, and maybe we don't know, but it would be really despicable to use them child like that. But again, that is calling for the operation of the mind. Because I remember, because there was an article that he said that he was kind of saddened by the entertainment community, and particularly those with dreadlocks.
Yes,
were
I
really up
remember
in
that.
arms initially about it 2 years ago when the case happened.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
And
So,
then,
you know?
doesn't he or don't they have like some GoFundMe account too where them are
No,
try?
they do. Yeah, they're trying to raise like $20 million, which is Jamaican amount.
For what?
For carrying that appeal court.
Travis said, "Fua."
No, why
Yeah,
the
Like at
worries?
that, enough people are asked, no, like 20 mil.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
for lawyer fees and them thing there, but so
I
much.
think because they would have to get because they have to go to the appeals court, and I'm thinking they may have to get a QC/British help.
So-
I don't know.
So
I
Ari,
would have to.
so the question has to be raised now. You not think say it would have just be easier if we just try find a next school?
Like, I mean, that would have been my thing 2 years ago.
But then
okay,
it's not that
you don't want
easy,
to
you know.
do
It's
to
not
say
that
you're
easy
good
for reason,
find a
but
new
it's not so
school.
easy for raise $20 million either, Javi.
That too.
That not easy neither. That's a matter. I really have a question like the parent. I'm like,
You know what
was
it
it on
I
the
think
plan
it's just
for
the principle that he wants to change, right? The principle.
them want change out?
PLE, the principle, the rules, the I guess the institution's idea of what meat grooming is. So it's like him just has stand up for that principle alone, which is I guess it's admirable in a sense, but it just kind of made no sense for it to reach to the point of Supreme Court and whatever. It's just like, go to the board, have a tribunal, go to the ministry. Maybe they did all of that, you know. Maybe I'm just saying, like, maybe they did, because I think that would have probably been the first course of action. So for it to reach so far was so unnecessary to me. So anybody and everybody in parts where it had to reach to the courts was just ridiculous, because even though the principal is just like saying, all right, come in, it's like, what the f-? Like, you couldn't have this revelation 2 years ago. Like, you had to wait.
They made this drag out for 2 years. And she can't afford. All right. All right. All right, she can't afford.
But it was an injunction by the JFJ. So the JFJ had to get an injunction to allow the child to go to school. But it's just like, all right, so she got to school, she's performing well. All right. You know what? Let's just drop the case. Yes, she can stay. Just make sure it's always neat and groomed properly, and it's right. Okay? Like, that would have been my
That's it. Simple.
Or where I would have come to that epiphany, like, within the first year of the daughter being in school. So it just like every party involved for it to reach so far. Forget the blame, not Jamaica, as I'm saying. How I see so many people are so ashamed of Jamaica and not like Jamaican. It's just like that was unfair to me.
And then for that forward pan, Independence Day, that story does really blow up under the
Emancipation.
Emancipation there. I mix up the days all the time.
Independence.
That don't really mean nothing to me. I say it. They don't mean nothing to me. Those days.
Good.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's crazy.
It is crazy. If we see where it reach, and it could have been resolved so simple. And just this conclusion.
Let's see if they would really want to take it to the appeals court, because I think with the principal saying that she is allowed to come to the school, the daughter, then they don't need the 20 million. They don't need to raise the GoFundMe money. It can just done and drop now, because you've made your point, you've made your case, you've got Jamaica on your side essentially. So yeah, you can end it.
Something just seem off about the whole fundraising thing.
I'm doing my podcast now.
We have to explain to her.
Good.
But just to be clear, there are several schools that have them rules and guidelines in place
from ever since.
In terms of from ever since. Some of them antiquated, some of them outdated, but them have them in place. And I just people for just know them and decide if they want to send them school, them pitney there or not.
Because if I did me in a school and them did say, yeah man, they can come in.
Me not send back my pitney there back a blood.
When I done going by pink ear and green ear, tell me nothing.
No, but you think them really are gonna send back the pitney there and after them say, you can't afford.
But just feel like where we're at now, 2020, like them something that shouldn't matter. Like if you want lock your hair, as long as it's well groomed, it's fine. As long as you comb your ear properly. Remember when me used to go to school, but they chatting about my ear one time and the teacher is like, you can't wear your ear like that at school. You need to pull it out. I mean, I say really, I just some little cartoon that's like, okay, I'm ready. And I have to pull them out. But they never keep me out of the school.
But active that you feel that led to how your hair stay right now. Like
no, okay.
Shut up, Naro.
Earlier in life.
You really are trying to feel bad that it's not working. it's not working.
Time Jamie try to tune me up.
Them people just update them rules and regulations so them have for the kids for coming out of school. Like that's the least. It never have to reach so far.
It really didn't.
It really didn't.
But then again, you cannot fault schools for having guidelines in because
it's necessary.
You know a little 5-year-old and 6-year-old and 7-year-old putting their father with weave and all sort of sitting like
some unicorn hairstyle.
That was never going to be a case, you know. So I don't really understand like why people are making it like, oh, why put the cream in the ear and pinning off our cream ear, the natural there were growth on the head. Like, okay, all right, fine, you know, but. I mean, as I said, like, I get it, you know. I get why people are upset because it's such a stupid thing. Like, it's stupid, you know. But it shouldn't even get to that point. Like, the school board, somebody on the school board should have had the foresight and say, you know, that it looks well groomed. It looks like they will keep an effort.
She's doing well. She's well behaved.
Yeah, like, it shouldn't be an issue. Like, your hair don't affect how you learn. It really doesn't. But of course,
Exactly.
I understand decorum, uniformity, and wanting to present a good image
Right.
to the public at the Kensington being a good school and a nice school and whatever. But you know, like the hairstyle itself is crazy, ridiculous.
Well, I could
So
say
all
the
the
parent
vitriol
them-
should have been aimed towards the principal and the school board.
They should have. Most of vitriol should have been aimed at them and not
Yeah.
at Jamaica at large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see me? I could see if the parent them actually decide to send back the pitney at the school. That would be.
Well, yeah,
Interesting
and I mean,
to
they
see.
should. The student has been going. The child has been going to the school for 2 years. So, I mean, unless it's just a point they wanted to make, and
Yeah.
then it's like, well, make my point. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, she's still going
But
to the
for
school.
all, I can imagine like all of that are going and she there in a school, a try learn and have these distractions I have to deal with and all them things.
Yeah.
It must have been.
What's
Well,
with,
luckily-
with,
Somewhat
what's with
taxing
this now
for
when the
us.
parents
I guess
them go them
maybe
access to
she
the
already
picnic day?
understand
Yeah.
the impact, yeah. So.